Next up on Northwestern Outdoors Radio, it is show season, and in Washington State, it's kicking off at the Tri-Cities. Actually, it's going to be at the TRAC at Pasco. It's a Tri-City Sportsman show. It's taking place Friday, January 18th through Sunday, January 20th. The man who is putting it on with his wife is Merle and Bev Shuyler. Merle, welcome to the show.
Thank you, John.
Merle, I always love talking to you about this show every year because there's always a few things that are different. Now, some things remain the same. There's all the exhibitors in terms of the outfitters, the guides, the nonprofit groups, the conservation groups, government agencies. That's number one. Number two, you always have stuff for the kids like the trout pond, the 3D archery shoot. But you've got a new attraction this year, and it involves rattlesnakes.
Yeah, we have, it's called the West Texas Rattlesnake Show. It's Rattlesnake Dave Richardson is the guy's name. He likes them rattlesnakes, and he puts on, him and his wife travel around the country. And this will be, she made it a point to tell me this will be the first time they've ever been to the state of Washington. So that'll be kind of interesting. I hope the weather's good for them for their first time in Washington State. But anyway, they travel around with these rattlesnakes, and he handles them, and he has an approximately 30-minute show that he teaches people about rattlesnakes and the do's and the don'ts and things like that. I've never seen it other than on the video that he sent me, but it is quite entertaining.
Well, that sounds interesting. I think I'll have to take that one in myself. Now, something else that's new this year. For years, you've had C-Dub Welch at the outdoor cooking camp doing Dutch oven cooking and more. But C-Dub, God bless him, he's finally retired, and I think he's down in, Texas or Idaho now?
Yeah, he's living in Meridian, Idaho, and he retired last year after 18 years. And it's kind of like the rest of us. He just was getting a little older, and the travel was kind of getting to him and his wife, Penny, and he decided to hang it up. And I was fortunate enough to meet Richie Herod from, I think he's up by your way. I think he's from Leavenworth.
Yep.
And he has some TV cooking shows, and I approached him about coming to the Tri-Cities, and he was all for it. And him and his wife are going to be at the cooking camp cooking different things all 3 days, and it'll be a little different from Butch. It won't be Dutch oven, but it'll be how to cook venison and fowl and just different things that basically from field to table is what he calls it. And it just give you ideas on what to do with that wild game after you get it.
Well, Richie is the longtime host and producer of a television show called The Northwest Outdoorsman, a second show as well called Herod's Cookhouse, and he and his wife, they do know how to cook, and cooking is featured on The Northwest Outdoorsman as well as, you might imagine, the cooking show too. So I think he's going to have a lot of great information to share. I can't wait to take that one in either. So I know a lot of folks come to the show to go to the seminars because you've got some real experts. They're going to teach folks how to up their game when it comes to fishing, when it comes to hunting, and more.
Yeah, we have, like you say, every year I have a host of seminar speakers. Generally, I try to change it up year to year. Walleye and bass species to fish for in the Tri-Cities area, and I got Wayne Hyde and Les Whitley doing bass fishing. I got Jesse Lamb, who's on the walleye tournament tour. He's a local walleye fisherman and a biologist. He's doing walleye fishing this year. Got Jared Gibbons from up above Wenatchee, up at Omak. He's going to be doing some scent control fishing and how to use scents and fishing for kokanee. Kokanee's getting to be, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but kokanee's getting to be quite a fish to fish for in the state of Washington. And now that the salmon and steelhead runs are kind of going downhill, it's a fishery that's really starting to take off. And Jared's going to be giving a seminar on destinations on how to catch them.
Well, you're absolutely right about the kokanee fishery becoming more popular, and I think you're also absolutely right as to why. And it's not just in Washington. There's a lot of great kokanee lakes in Oregon and Idaho as well. So this will be a really good one to attend. On top of that, you've got a seminar about an introduction to long-range shooting, the basics of retriever training, and Dennis Daubel, who is a well-known outdoors writer from the Tri-Cities area, is going to be giving a seminar about trout and steelhead fishing and some of those streams and around the Blue Mountains there.
Yeah, that's right. Dennis approached me about doing one for kind of a local fishery type of thing, and I caught my first fish in a creek. I don't call it a creek. My dad always said creek, so that's what I call it. So I caught my first fish out of a creek, and it's a good place to learn how to fish. And then even as you get older, the smaller streams are a lot of fun to fish. And yeah, thanks for bringing up about the long range shooting. That's getting to be, kind of a trend. Some people are on board with it. Some aren't. The Riddell brothers, they build long range rifles. They're going to be at the show with a booth. And I thought, I approached them about doing a seminar on long range shooting, and they said, yeah, you bet, we'll do it. So if you want to learn more about that, they will be there showing you and telling you how to make that 1,000-yard shot. So yeah, it'd be a good one to take in if you're interested in learning more.
Yeah, well, God bless him. I don't know about you, Merle, but when I was in the Army, I struggled to hit that 300-yard target consistently. So I'm not sure long-range shooting is for me, but you're right. It is becoming very popular. We've got to wrap it up here, but what are the show hours for Friday the 18th through Sunday the 20th?
Okay, show hours on Friday, the day the show opens, is 1 o'clock to 7. And then Saturday, it's 10 to 6. And then Sunday, the last day of the show, it opens at 10 and closes at 5.
And again, folks, it's the Tri-City Sportsman Show. It's taking place at the TRAC at Pasco. It's the first sportsman show that takes place in Washington State every year, always well attended. And as you just heard, there's a lot to take in. Merle, can't wait to see you there.
Okay, John, thanks.